What an amazing day. What an amazing day. What's going on, everybody? I am the pharmacist, Mr. Got What You Need, and welcome back to another amazing episode of Late Night at the Pharmacy. Man, oh man, I've got one of the hottest artists in the world, point blank period. Jade, Omari is live in the building here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Speaking of absolutely amazing, guys, we've got that amazing news that we're going to be talking about, and of course we got that fellas and poll talk. So don't go anywhere. Stick around because we got more Late Night at the Pharmacy after this brief commercial break. Welcome back, guys. It has been an amazing week, but we've also had some wild events taking place. Not only that, we have something major and historic that is about to go down this week, so let's jump into it, let's tackle it, and let's get into it right now. So, first things first, guys, Governor Westmore is making the news. That's right, Governor Westmore is making the news. Why? Because it's not for eating the dogs and the cats, wait a minute, first things first, they still eating the dogs and the cats. I need to know, is that something that still happens? I don't know, but what I do know is this. He stated on the news the other day that he would love to have traded his career for a very specific career. That's kind of crazy. You're thinking like governor, what, sitting at the top, you get to make all those laws, you get to make all those rules, those regulations. You have a lot of power. What in the world would want to make you give up that power? One thing specifically will make you give up the power, and that is your dream. What was Governor Westmore's dream? Governor Westmore's dream was to simply he wanted to be, and he wanted to be an NFL superstar. He said himself, I would give up this entire thing, this entire run. I don't have to be the governor no more. I just need Jim Harbaugh to give me a one-year contract. Hey, I just need a one-day contract. I'll take one day. Just let me suit up, Jim. Let him suit up. You be the first head coach in history that had the governor. And we ain't talking that boy Jesse Ventura, not the body. We are literally talking about Governor Westmore. He got the body now. Governor Westmore stacked. He might be able to get on that line. I ain't saying he's going to go out there and run the ball like a running back or you're going to be out there on the X, but he might be able to go out there and really play linebacker and work somebody over in look, that brother is big. That brother's big. Shout out to Journey Within Wellness that takes care of him over there. That's my guys. You guys know what it is. Speaking of knowing what it is, since we're talking about sports, let's let this sports thing go. Man, if you're in the city of D.C., I got to do this one time because they said I got to. You know how I feel about those Commanders, but shout out to the Commanders one time because they finally starting to command something. First time they've had a 7-2 record since the 90s. Oh, wait, no, the 90s. I think it was 92, 93. They said I heard it earlier today. It was a stat. I was like, damn, they finally caught something in this era. Like something in this era, something that beat that hasn't been done so very long. You gotta wonder, you gotta ask the questions, are they Super Bowl bound? Could this be the year? Could this be the season? Could this be the perfect combination that finally gets them to playoff contention and doesn't die in the first round? You guys remember the last time they made the playoffs? Shout out to RG3. I see him over there doing this thing over ESPN, Fox, and everywhere else you can find RG3. But what you can't find is RG3's knees and his legs because they're still missing in action. And that's sad to say, but that's exactly the reason why the Redskins at the time were not able to make it because they blew the quarterback's legs out, got blown up on the play, and it was a horrible situation. Let's pray that it's a different situation because Lord knows, Jesus needs to smile on D.C. for once in a while because D.C. ain't had the most luck ever. Look at their basketball team. Shout out to Jordan Poole. Shout out to my boy Kuzma. Shout out to all them boys out there holding it down. But look, guys, y'all, I don't know what y'all holding on to. Y'all ain't holding on to the Constitution. Y'all need to go rewrite some of them laws and rules because them picks and blocks y'all setting out there is looking awful horrible. Looking like y'all out here playing with a bunch of kids. Look like y'all the kids on the playground playing with a bunch of grown men out there. Y'all need to get y'all act together. But people that are getting their act together is those L.A. Rams. Shout out to the L.A. Rams for having the game of the week yesterday. That's right. L.A. Rams and the Seattle Seahawks shutting it absolutely down, going into OT. And them boy Kyrie Williams. And also, shout out to the DB, my boy, rookie, dropping it 103 yards, setting the fourth longest run for pick INT return in NFL history, also setting the Rams record. So shout out to my boys on the defensive squad. Stand up. You know what it is. The Farmers has been holding it down since I came out the womb with 93. Always a Rams fan, forever be a Rams fan. Y'all know what it is. Speaking of being a fan, we got to switch it a little bit, guys. We got to talk politics, so politics is what we're going to talk about. Guys, the polls are almost over. Today is the final day of campaigning. That's right, the absolute final day of campaigning. So what does this mean? This means after today, every president right now, Trump is currently in Pennsylvania, and I believe they said Kamala Harris is around the D.C. area herself, making her last stop in over in Virginia, making that last little stop in Virginia, getting that last little push and pull. So I have to ask the question, who are you voting for? At this particular point in time, you should know who you're voting for at this particular time. Like, we're not gonna act like you don't know at this time. You know who you want, who you don't. And it's a clear-cut race. You can say you like this person, and you can say you like that person, but when you really get down to voting, it's what really matters. So the first thing I would like to encourage everybody to actually get out there and vote because your voice matters. And it is one of the most crucial times in history. We are about to set history in one way or another. We can go forward, we can go back. If you want to ask the pharmacists who we're voting for, y'all know who I'm voting for. I told you a long time ago, don't vote for Biden, vote for Kamala. Kamala was the VP. Then what happened? Kamala decided to step up and be VP. So, player, 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 player. Hey, 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 hey. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out my man's one time on the West Coast. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That boy Larry June. I love me some Larry June. Hey, 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 hey. That just be vicious, boy. Anyways, Donald Trump is running. Kamala Harris is running. Who's going to win? For the some historic things are going down, and which leads me to the goddamn topic of the week. The goddamn topic of the week goes to Kamala Harris. That's right, because she is doing something that is literally going to change the entire game. Howard University. Howard University. The prestigious Howard University. Stand up, because you are about to be one of the biggest footnotes in American history. American history is about to be turned upside down for the African American culture and black culture as its own. You know, Kamala Harris, undergrad from Howard University, bringing herself back to her roots, where she became the AKA, and is going to give those people of color, brown boys and black boys, white people, everybody's about to get a lot of inspiration, but I know for sure that campus of Howard University tomorrow is going to be shut down. They said they're going to have spots and parking spots that are going to be shut down from tomorrow literally till Sunday, making sure the campus of Howard University does not get any kind of defamed, any kind of graffiti or anything like that being destroyed in any kind of way. They say they have top-notch security that's going to be there. That's right, Kamala Harris will be on campus watching the final results. And the only way to get the final results is for us to go out and vote. If you ever needed to have your voice heard, now is the time. I can't stress to you guys so much how important this is. Lives literally depend on it. Generations literally depend on it. You have to ask yourself, do we want to have the same old history, or do we want to make America better? Do we want to make America better than what it was the day we got here? Because the name of the game is progression. You don't believe me? Ask the Chinese. The Chinese have been here forever. They've lasted generation upon generation upon generation because they understood the values of taking care of each other and making sure the people are taken care of first. But one thing I will say, it's been hella interesting. That has been the goddamn topic of the week. But that's all for me for right now, guys. Don't you go down a damn bit of nowhere. We got more out of this commercial break with Poll Talk. Man, oh man, fellas, we got to talk, man. Well, the shorty's got some things they want to know. They got some questions they ask, and we're going to get into it. So don't you go down a damn bit of nowhere, because we'll be right back with more Late Night at the Pharmacy. Welcome back, guys. And you guys know what time it is. It's time for that poll talk. So this week we took a poll on the website. We had some women chime in, we had some men chime in. And one of the topics that were there that was stuck out the most is this thing called virtual dating. That's right, virtual dating is what we're talking about. Is it something that actually works? Is it something that's actually feasible? Is this actually something that works in modern time? So let's jump right into it. I got a little ring in my microphone, guys. Bring it out there for me a little bit. I appreciate you. So, talking to this female, you know, the pharmacist, he's single, but, you know, I'm dating, and I asked the question, and I was like, hey, some people on my website, you know, they were chapped in, and they want to know about this virtual dating. How do you feel about virtual dating? Is it something that you tried? Talking to this girl I'm talking to, right? She was like, yes, I actually tried virtual dating, and it got me nowhere. I asked a couple other of my girlfriends that I have, hey, do you guys ever do virtual dating in your own personal life, and has the experience worked? I'm talking about things like Tinder. They got BLK. I'm talking about apps like that. They were like, you know, yeah, I've tried it, but the results are the same. And I was like, what are those results? They said, look at me, I'm still single. I was like, well, you are still single, so I guess the results weren't that damn good. So, what is attractive about this thing called virtual dating? What is the turn off or the turn on from actually meeting someone in person? If you ask me, the pharmacist, I like to meet people actually in person. And in person is where I believe I get the best reactions from people. I get the best looks from people, and I get the best interactions. I can get that feel in a sense. You get to really feel somebody's mannerisms. You see their facial expressions, how they react to certain questions and things that you may ask, and you get what I call organic and real, raw them. At least what they're portraying at the particular moment in time. Now, we ain't diving too deep into it. We're real shallow with this. We're surface level at this particular point. So organic is best for me. Virtual doesn't work because I'm talking to a screen, and interpretation sometimes could be based off of how I feel at that particular moment in time, or how you feel at that particular moment in time. You might be angry, and then somebody's just saying, hey, how are you doing? And that could have triggered you like, why are they asking me, hey, how I'm doing? Or why are they all up in my business like that? You could be asking these things and thinking you're going in that direction, but really, they're not going in that direction at all. They're simply just trying to be what the game is all about. Asking questions, what are you looking for on there? Not wasting people's time. Like I heard the number one question was, what are you really looking for? Like, stop asking me what I'm looking for. Well, then what are you on here for? They'd be like, well, I'm on here. You should know what I'm on here for. Well, a lot of people are on here for a lot of different reasons. Their bios might say one thing, but they really don't. So virtual dating. I also asked the question, what about actually going on long-term dates? Say you actually got past the actual dating stage and you're not looking for someone, you have a significant other. How about virtual dating on that level? I'm glad you asked me. So let's check this out. We took another poll and asked our viewers, for the ones that were in a relationship, if you lived in two separate locations, how would dating work? A lot of them did not have an answer or a question for it. Some people that did, they chimed in with answers such as this. Well, we've actually tried doing things like virtual dates. Interesting. Virtual dates, which leads me to ask the question. Would you take a significant other on a virtual date? Say you met a girl in your city, and she just so happens to not be from your city, you hit it off. Say you went to the club, you went to the bar, I don't care when you met her, and you met her in a great place. You hit it off so well that you just want to be about her, you want to see what's going on, you inquire about her, you send those flowers to her every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you make sure that shipment's every day, you're doing what you want to do because you want to see about her. And it comes, but you want to be able to date her, so you ask her the question, would you go on a virtual date with me? Now, the pharmacist, I have actually done this before. I've done my research on this, and the shit is actually spontaneously and amazing. I think it actually works. Going on dates in the same location. So Top Golf, I got Top Golf in DC where we at. Take your shorty to go, tell her to go to Top Golf. Y'all get on that FaceTime and y'all golf together. It's your wife. You gotta go on a business trip. Get on the phone and actually make virtual things happen. There are also ways now that they got this AI system. You can literally jump right into the game on the AI system and be able to be almost in the same room as the very next person. Man, that is absolutely amazing. So you gotta ask yourself, are we really using our resources to our full extent? Or are we just simply happy about the things that we're doing at this particular moment in time? It's questions we gotta ask, guys. It doesn't make any sense, man. It's not making any sense at all. But what I do know is this. Virtual dating is way more of the non-traditional way and style of what we're normally accustomed of doing. It's just been, I don't even know at this particular time. I don't understand it, me personally. Like the virtual stuff, it's just, it's not for me. I'm a 90s baby, give me that traditional 90s love. What the girl say? I want that 90s love. I want a man to take care of me. I just want. Well, we all want a lot of things. What I want is for everybody to get their act together and start staying in their lane. That's what I really want. But that's all I got to say about this, guys. So virtual dating, it's been a cool thing. It's been a weird thing. But hey, I want to know what you guys think. I want to know how you guys feel. Guys, tap in or tap out. Drop those likes and those comments in there. Virtual dating, would you take your significant other on a virtual date? You think that'll actually be fun? Are you a virtual dater when it comes to social media? Or are you an organic dater? I don't know. I want to know what you guys think, though. This is a sparky one right here. This is the one that's going to spark up some information and some attitude. Speaking of sparking up some information and attitude, guys, I've got one of the hardest rappers in the game, point blank, period. I got Jade Omari going to be right here on the hot seat. And if you don't know who Jade is, guys, take a quick look at this.
Left, I can put the blame on nobody but me. Even though I couldn't see, I just should've known better. But they should've known, so they so PG. Get a one up on me, man, a bitch could never. Flow so mean, it's a cold guarantee. You can look, but you ain't gon' find a flow more better. I'm finna apply a little more pressure. Hot you for life, bitch, you fuck all the less. Tears falling, but you gotta stay up. Dreams calling, make it harder to wake up. But this time, ain't no more fighting just to get by. When I'm down low, I'ma get high and show 'em how I came up.
Welcome back, and ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Jade, Omari! What's going on? What's up? How's everything? Please, have a seat. Oh man, hey, don't you guys go out of damn it nowhere. We got more Jade right here live on the hot seat, late night at the pharmacy, guys. Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got Jade Omari right here live in the hot seat. Jade, what's going on with you?
Not much. What's up?
Man, everything's good over here in Pharmacy Land, man. I know you. I love your music. You've got a project out. You have albums out. You drop singles. You're all over the place. You're red freaking hot. We're going to dive all into it. But for those who don't know who you are, just give a brief overview of who you are.
Well, I'm Jade Omari, born and raised in PG County. I'm a singer-songwriter, rapper, dancer, musician, whatever you could think of. And yeah, I've been doing music for about 12 years now.
A project for real. And I mean, a student of the game. I know you to be a student of the game. You put in a lot of work. You put in a lot of time, effort, energy, blood, literally sweat and tears have gone into this. So I want to bring you to the beginning here. What got you into the music game? What was that push? What was that drive? What was that moment that gave you that spark that was like, you know what? I want this. Like, I got a taste and I don't want to let it go.
Honestly, the spark that like woke me up, it's like a duality of, part of it was heartbreak. So like I got my heart broke. I was so dramatic when I was a teenager when it came to love, but I got my heart broken pretty bad in high school. Baby. Oh. And then when I was 17 going on 18, I got my first job, was working at Cricket Wireless.
Nice.
Paramore was coming to town.
Like the Paramore?
The Paramore.
Woo.
And so I was like, I have to go. This is like gonna be my first concert, and I'm legally an adult. I'm gonna do this shit myself and pay for my concert because I want to go see them. And I went to go see Paramore on the self-titled tour in Virginia, and at the time, I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do in my life. I'm not gonna hold you. I was talented at this, and people were saying like, oh my God, you look like you should be on TV, blah, blah. I didn't pay no mind to it, but I went to that concert, and seeing Hayley Williams perform.
She's amazing, isn't she? Oh, a gift from God. Like, oh, the voice is angelic.
But it's just, I remember how I felt as soon as they came out, the lights, everything just, and then feeling everybody's energy, and then just seeing how she was being herself. We loved everything about this concert because she was just having conversation. How's everybody doing? You know, yeah, I'm good. And I'm just like, yo, this. And I left there realizing like that was it. This is what I want to do. I want to make people feel the way that I just felt leaving this concert.
That amazing. That feeling is second to none. And shout out to Paramore because still to this day, my favorite song is Ignorance. That song is absolutely ignorance is your new best friend.
That whole brand new Eyes album is chef's kiss. One of my favorite albums by.
And that is amazing that you say that's what gave you that spark and inspiration because, and I say it's amazing because that's not necessarily even your lane of, or your genre in a sense of what you decided to take over, tackle, and pursue. And now that you're leading, some would say one of the hardest hitting people in the game, point blank period, DMV, you took it over. We ain't worried about the DMV no more. It's the world, Craig. It's the world, Jay. We shooting for the rest of the world. And that's exactly what you shot for. So, since you decided to go on that route in that lane, what were some obstacles in the beginning that you saw that hit you early that you were like, hey, I didn't realize this or I wasn't expecting this, that you had to make some adjustments to in order to get yourself in that career path you wanted to be on?
I would say in the beginning, I took it a little too serious. So I forgot to have fun with it. Because I was so like, the goal is to get here, the goal is to blow up and stuff like that. And like, I didn't really allow myself to enjoy the moments that were making the journey what it was for my story to be told, you know. And looking back at it now, I'm just like, you know, especially because I lost a lot of people along the way, I'm like, I should have appreciated those moments more, like, you know, just really been present instead of focusing on the future. I was always in the future of like, what I wanted to be or where I wanted to be instead of appreciating where I was.
Gotta get there, gotta get there, gotta get there. Versus saying like, hey, it's okay to sit back and enjoy the ride.
It is.
I actually have talked to a few major artists just off the record and just hearing like where they've come now. Like one of them was the OJs. Got a chance to sit down and actually talk to the whole entire group of the OJs. When I talked to them, I was like, what's one thing that you guys wish you would have done throughout this entire ride? And they said, we wish we would have enjoyed the ride a little bit more. So that's the commonality that I'm hearing from these seasoned veterans, these guys that have toured on the road. And like they're like, look, man, I got so many stories that I can't remember the stories. And that's always stuck with me a little bit differently because I was like, I remember almost everything in my life. I don't want to get to a point to where I start forgetting the things that got me to this particular point in place.
Right.
So with that being said, how are you able to navigate the information, the knowledge, the networking that it takes to get yourself to that next level and make those proper connections to cultivate and make yourself prosperous in this game called rap?
I would say a lot of it for me is intuition. So that wouldn't be your standard answer for the mundane artist that wants to do this because of the lifestyle and the fame and just the luxurious aspects that it brings. But I've learned to rely on my intuition, even if it doesn't make sense to everybody else, because it knows. It's a crazy like compass that is basically alerting you if something is correct and if something you need to stay clear of. Because a lot of the difficulties and a lot of the challenges that I face has came from ignoring my intuition. Because like it didn't make sense and I didn't know how to tell people, hey, I can't fuck with you because there's this inner feeling that says I shouldn't, even though I have no proof yet because you didn't do anything. It sounds ridiculous.
It's weird, but it happens.
Right.
I've seen it done, definitely.
Right, so it's like when you learn to trust it more and you learn to rely on it more, you'll strengthen the connection that you have with your intuition so that you'll be able to decipher and have discernment of, am I being paranoid or is this a real warning or is this a real heads up like, hey, steer clear of this, or hey, you should go down here instead of this type of vibe.
So speaking of those things, like you've had an amazing career path and like there's been good things and there's been negative things that have come through.
Of course.
What are some lessons that you learned along this road that you could pass on to the next person coming up in the game and be like, hey, I took this route, this was the result. If you take this route, you might get the same result, but at least I can take you down a different route or a different way or give you a chance to cultivate a different direction.
I guess my advice to the next artist would be, especially when it comes to labels, because that's everyone's goal as an artist is to get signed, get that big deal. Do not forget that them labels want you. They seek you out. And a lot of times we get so starstruck because of who we're dealing with or how much they're offering and stuff that we just take whatever we're gonna get because for the sake of saying we got signed or for the sake of saying we're associated with such and such. And then it bites you in the ass in the long run because you'll make a lot of beautiful memories and a lot of dope ass, art. But again, by the time that shit is said and done, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be drained and have the short end of the stick while they're gonna still be prospering. And that, for the artists that are sensitive, I will say, the ones that are attached to their art, the ones that really make that shit from the heart and the soul, that shit is detrimental to our mental health.
Right, that definitely is.
Super detrimental to our mental health. So I would say, keep going. Don't take the first offers that you get, no matter who it is, no matter what they're offering, because something better will come along. You might have to wait a little bit more, but it'll be worth it.
Nice.
Just wait it out.
I agree with that 100%. You got your big break actually getting signed to a label.
Right.
Danger itself, guys, The Danger was able to be signed, and that's amazing. It's amazing that you were able to get cultivated by them. How did that even work? Did they reach out to you? How did they find you? That had to be an amazing experience.
There was a mutual associate of ours that he took me to New York to go meet with Rich Christina at Warner Chapel.
Nice. Yes.
And
Shout out to Rich.
Yeah. And Rich is actually the one that set up the situation with me and Danger. So he was like, just gonna put you here just to see what happens. There wasn't no absolutes, nothing. And flew in there. I was there for a week, and I was averaging about 3-4 songs a day. And by the time I left, Danger called me and he was like, I want to be your producer. Like,
Rest is history.
So the rest is history.
Rest is literally history at that particular point in time. So since you've been a part of that, what were some things that you learned up underneath that label that were able to amplify you?
I've always been a quality over quantity type of person, first and foremost. But I learned that less is more. So as an artist, like as a poet, as a songwriter, we have stories that we want to tell, and sometimes we want to just say it how it is, but there's a way that you could do it with, like, again, it's like a minimal way to do it, but the impact is still as hard. So when it came to writing songs and writing music and me telling my story, I learned how to write in a way where I'm not really saying too much, but I'm saying enough to really hit you, so that you'll know what I'm talking about without me having to even elaborate what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So
Being able to tap in and just use those clues and be able to really figure out, like having someone really listen and take the time out to appreciate your work.
Right.
And I gotta say, we appreciate your work here. You got some amazing, amazing songs. And this is what we're gonna do, guys. This is what we're gonna do. If we got the song ready, is it okay if we play one of your tracks right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere, because this next one coming up, we got Jesse. Excuse me. Jesse. Oh, God. I ain't called her Jesse, y'all. I don't even know Jesse. Who is Jesse? We got Omari live in the building. Jade Omari. Guys, right here. Take a look at this.
Like I'm always reminded, there's no way for me to fight it. Cause I can go and try, but there's still no hope. Cause ain't no point in trying if there's still no growth. But it's so easy to say that there's something wrong with me, or to stare and point out all of the problems that they see. But I bet I'm not the only one who has the fear of being alone. Oh, lately it's been feeling like it got harder just to breathe, and it gets a little worse every time somebody leaves. So I tell myself it's no one's responsibility but my own. So yeah, cause I could be a straight liar until the day that I die, but that ain't the way that I'm trying to be. I don't give love and hopes to receive, but I don't wanna keep fighting if it's always gonna be one-sided. I need something more than what eyes can see. I need your love to be my relief. Cause I've already been through this before, and I don't wanna ever have to see you walk out the door. So you don't gotta break the silence, cause I already know what it means. Know what it means, no. Hope you know that for you I'd go to war, and that I'd be the first to make sure that you don't hit the floor. Do whatever just to make sure that you know that it's more than a dream. More than a dream, no. I knew we would make it, baby, higher than the treetops. Every morning loving on you out the neighbors eavesdrop. I'm just trying to love upon you till you're begging, please stop. You know it's no secret that for you I got a sweet spot. You know that I'm with it, we'll do whatever you say so. Make it so hard for the world, oh mommy, we could lay low. Love you from a distance, but you know it's not the same, no. Still don't understand exactly what we gotta wait for. Cause I could be a straight liar until the day that I die, but that ain't the way that I'm trying to be. I don't give love and hopes to receive, but I don't wanna keep fighting if it's always gonna be one-sided. I need something more than what eyes can see. I need your love to be my relief.
you be my relief.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We still got Jade right here in the hot seat. And Jade, man, oh man, I hear they calling you Dr. Love Jones out here. I hear you playing Cupid out here. Matchmaker, know a little bit of something about love. First things first, you got a special somebody?
At the moment, no, I do not.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, come now. Look at her now. Look at her. Look at her. Put the camera on her. Now, let's talk about your ideal kind of person. What is your ideal kind of person? I want to know, like, what attracts you. We talked about something earlier about virtual relationships. I want to know your take. How do you? Are you an online dater, or you got to meet me in person to come date me? What's that? What's that about?
I mean, I'm not opposed to meeting you online, but we definitely gonna have to meet in person.
I know. No catfish over here, mate.
Facts. That's. I mean, luckily I've never experienced that type of situation, but I have experienced.
Unfortunately, we don't talk
having
about that.
a connection with somebody meeting through social media, and then meeting in person. It was just like perfect, which is rare because usually when you meet somebody in person through social media, it's not so perfect because you start picking the flaws and stuff like that. But it was actually a perfect encounter.
I think that's the weird thing about the virtual online dating is like I feel like you ask maybe too many questions on virtual online dating. And it's like,
and then when you're in person, you don't really know what to talk about.
It's like two magicians trying to entertain each other. Like when Seinfeld said, he's like one pulls a rabbit out the hat, the other one's like, oh, it's a rabbit.
Yeah,
Done it 1,000 times. So speaking of doing it 1,000 times, what is some advice that you would like to give out to other people? I've been told you give out great relationship advice.
I do.
So what has been, not without any names, of course.
Right.
Can you give us a scenario to where you were able to deliver this good advice and be able to consult someone and really be able to take them to the next level or quote unquote deliver them from their situation?
Well, I wouldn't say deliver anybody from their situation because it's like there's that saying where you can bring the horse to the water but you can't make him drink it. That's kind of been all the situations that I've had with anybody that I give advice to because, and I've been in them shoes like before where it's like people could tell me what they're seeing from the outside looking in and it could be valid, but until I'm ready, I won't do it. And that's the same thing with anybody else I advise.
Really key. Why is it that we can't see when we're in the big picture? How come we can't see what's going on and people like you are able to give us the guidance that we want when I just never really understood, like, if I'm in the picture, if I'm the person that's starring in the cast of this story, why is it that I'm not able to see the full big picture and someone else outside looking in can do such a thing?
Because you're attached, and the root of all suffering is attachment. So getting a perspective for someone that is not in the situation, so they don't have a biased perspective, they can actually just say it how it is from what they're seeing and not pick inside, but like, yo, I'm looking at this on the outside and you need to let this one go because they're not doing it. You know, it's easier. But when you're involved in it, the emotions, because emotions can cloud our judgment because we can know what to do, but because of what we feel, we won't allow ourselves, like we keep making scenarios like, nah, like, even though things are bad or toxic right now, like, we can make it work. Like, this isn't something that's permanent. Like, we could, like, work it out down the line. Maybe they'll change. Maybe, you know, this, that, and we just make excuses to keep it going instead of facing the harsh realities that you sometimes just have to let it go.
How important is commitment?
100. Without commitment, there is nothing. Because, well, somebody has to commit to themselves first.
It's true.
So you have to commit to yourself before you can commit to somebody else. And when I say commit to yourself, you have to value yourself and love yourself enough to be able to walk away from something that you love but you know is not good for you. A lot of the times,
spit facts.
a lot of the times we get into relationships, and I've been there before as well, so I can speak from my own, you know, perspective. We get into relationships to mask. I mean, to the wound that we have, we think that that's gonna fix it. You know, so
Throw
we're
a
like,
Band-Aid on it.
exactly, we throw a Band-Aid on the wound instead of doing the work that it takes to heal the wound. So we get with the next person, and things are always great in the beginning. So, but once that honeymoon phase starts fading, and then you start seeing people for who they are and stuff, and there's a bunch of incompatibility, like that's when shit starts getting hectic. But I've noticed, and what I've learned is that a lot of individuals, because like I said, they're not really doing the work, they place this responsibility on their partner to make them happy solely. And what they don't realize is like, it's not my job to make you happy. It is my job to add to the happiness that you already have.
Build on.
You get me? Because there's times I can't even make myself happy. And then yes, in a healthy relationship, there will be that 50-50. On my bad days, you pick me up. On your bad days, I pick you up. But it can't be unequal give and take where I have to pick you up majority of the time and pick myself up, because neither of us are going to be fulfilled. You're going to be complaining that I'm not doing my part, and then I'm going to be miserable because I'm not happy. You know?
Playing a role that you don't want to be playing.
Right.
One thing I've learned is in relationships, roles change.
For sure.
It's all about being able to adjust and being able to adapt to those roles.
Right.
What person that's winning the bread today might not be the person that's winning the bread tomorrow. And if that is the case, those roles might be able to be flipped. If I'm the husband and I can say I'm in a traditional relationship and I got a wife and I usually make all the money, now I'm not making the money, she's making the money. I have to be able to reverse the roles and take care of the kids. If she's taking care of the kids and she was at home, now she's got the job. You got to be able to fit in and get in where you fit in to be able to make life as smooth as a transition as possible. So I definitely believe in that. Speaking of what I believe in, let's switch the topic here real quick. We're about to get up out of here. We're going to play Dead or Alive. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another game called Dead or Alive, featuring the amazing Jade, Omari. This is an easy game. All you got to do is just pick an artist from Dead or Alive that you would like to pick. Top 3 artists. I want to know right now. We're going to give you 2.
Okay.
Dead or Alive. We're going to go with the band first. We're going to go 2 bands. We're going to go 2 bands, Dead or Alive. We are going to pick the Average White Band.
Okay.
We're going to go a little old school on this. We got Average White Band, or we got Journey. If you could go make a song with either band, Average White Band or Journey, which one you picking?
Okay, so I might sound a little uncultured. Is Average White Band the name of the band?
That's the name of the band.
Okay, I don't think I know that. So I'm gonna go with Journey.
All right, my bad. I'm in my own world.
No,
Yeah.
you good. You good.
No, okay, cool. I'll say Journey. All right, cool. Next band, or we'll throw some people. Tupac Shakur. Nipsey Hussle.
Ooh.
Who you picking, that dog Nip, or the original dog?
I'm gonna have to go
Just
with
to hit him up.
Nipsey.
Woo! That's my boy Nip. That's
It's
boy
nothing
Nip.
against Tupac, you get me, but
Woo!
that's just not, as much as respect as I give him, that's not my era. And I love Tupac,
It's
don't
just
get me
that
wrong, but Nipsey is a
That man
different breed.
touched my soul. He might as well been my brother that lived that and grew up with me. Talking about that, sitting, what?
I guess I can relate
summertime in that
more
Cutlass.
to
boy,
Nipsey.
Boy, what y'all know about summertime in them Cutlass? My mom used to have Cutlass. Boy, I know about that Cutlass, boy. Hey, but it's all right. One more. We'll pick one more.
Okay.
Let's talk about ladies.
Oh.
Dead or alive.
Ooh.
We've got Glorilla. She's red hot right now.
Okay.
Or we going to pick Nicki Minaj.
I have to go with Nicki.
Woo! Cardi B, a lot
Lotto.
Woo! I like it.
I love them both though.
Trina or Lil' Kim?
Lil' Kim.
Woo! Remy Ma or Pat Poose?
Remy.
Oh, Juicy J or Wiz Khalifa?
Wiz.
Ooh! Oh, Kendrick
Careful now.
or Drake?
Ooh! Damn!
We ain't making you pick a side because we know who not like
Alright,
who.
well, I'm not, because it's like,
But it's just one. You got it's a swing for the fences.
it's a different, they're in different lanes, but if I want to go with like, alright,
They're both a guarantee. It don't matter.
I know, but
The best song possible that you can make.
I would have to go with Drake.
I ain't mad at that.
I love Kendrick. Don't get it twisted. Man got bars for days.
All right, my last one. This is my last one.
Okay.
Cole, J. Cole,
You got me right there. I don't
J.
even know
Cole.
who
or Jay-Z.
J. Cole.
Woo!
Hands down. Respectfully.
It's a cold world out
It's a
here.
whole world.
It's a cold world. Speaking of a cold world, Jade, tell everybody how they can find you out here.
Y'all can find me on the socials. Jade Omari official on IG. Jade Omari on TikTok and Twitter. And just look up Jade Omari onto YouTube.
Y'all know what it is. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, give it up one more time for Jade Omari, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely amazing. Once again, hey guys, don't you go down a damn bit of nowhere right after this commercial break. We got to pay some bills, but it's time for those rolling credits, so be right back in 3 seconds. Appreciate Jade, man.
Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like when we finally meet. Will you recognize it's me just in the way that I speak? Will you even notice that I've dreamt of you and I for weeks, only to mask it so I don't get labeled as some sort of freak? Because I get weak at just the thought of being in your presence, to the point my nerves won't let me form a proper sentence. Because for some reason I believe you and I are of the same essence, but then again, who's to say that you aren't just another painful lesson? And these dreams of you and I are merely just an obsession. I mean, to think that you and I are truly something destined would mean to trust in the unseen and to proceed with the confession of a hope that this will lead to something more than a connection. But I've had my share of heartbreaks, and I can love you if you let me. I can even love your demons that are dying to be set free. We can take this at a pace that makes you feel steady. But I'm on my way regardless, so I just hope that you're ready.
Welcome back, guys. What another amazing episode that we had right here live at Late Night at the Pharmacy. Man, Jade came and shut it down. Absolutely amazing interview. And guys, like we do always, you know how to find us. Same channel, same platform, same network. Good night, everybody.
Now I gotta wait till I smoke this kid. If they say something, I don't got no trade. If they want war, boy, I got that head. DMV ballin' with the hell.